What is going on, everyone? I'm Depraved Slasher, and today we are actually reviewing a comic book, or a graphic novel, I guess is the technical term. This is done by Storm King Productions, and this is John Carpenter's comic production company. Him and his wife Sandy. Storm King Productions, yeah. They started a comics or a publication company because nobody wanted to publish what they were doing. And this specifically drew my interest because I was looking for something that was along the lines of a Tales from the Crypt like story, because I never got to read the original Tales from the Crypts. It was just a little bit before my time. And I was super excited when I found out that John Carpenter was doing something along those lines. The one thing I will say I am bummed about is that there's only one a year that's coming out. And I do have the second one as well. I have not read that yet. Eventually, when I do, we'll review that. But for now, this is really the only one that I have to review. So over and above all, what this is, Tales for a Halloween Night, is you are basically, as a reader, somebody that is being told stories by somebody that is known as the Groundskeeper. And the Groundskeeper is a character that is made specifically for this comic, who is taking care of all of the cemeteries in the world, and is always constantly working to make sure that he gets all the areas to look clean and nice and ready for families to come look at everything. And in return for that job, he gets to speak to the spirits of the people that die, and he gets to be told stories on how people die. And each one of these stories is a different way that somebody has died in this universe. Obviously, most of them not true. Pretty much all of them not true. It is horror in a fantastical sense. And the way they're done is each story is written and penned and drawn by different people. So in this one, the people that write the stories, a few of the artists, whether it's writing, drawing, or whatever, are John Carpenter, Stephen Hovek, Sandy King, Steve Niles, James Ninnies, Trent Olson, David J. Show, Dwayne Swisinski, John Bogdanov, Tim Bradstreet, Richard P. Clark, Federico DeLucia, Leonardo Manco, Derek Robertson, Tone Rodriguez. Or it might be Tom. Anyways, but yeah, it's set up in a very Tales from the Crypt-like way. It's an anthology type of comic. And one story is kind of like a different telling of a Schrodinger's cat situation. And I do feel like the stories get better as the book goes on. None of them are bad. They're all entertaining, but like I said, I do think it gets better as it goes on. The last few stories are my favorite in the book. One of them involves a guy in a limo. One involves bugs. There's one here that's about somebody who's sharing their body with another spirit after a self-unaliving attempt. My favorite, and actually my legit favorite story, is the very last one, about a ring that brings bad luck to people. And if you guys wanted an idea of what the... let me see if I can find the first page so it's not actually showing anything in the comics. This is what the Groundskeeper looks like. And it has a little story that goes along with the way he's doing. I thoroughly did enjoy this, and like I said, I am going to review all of these as I get them, or anything else horror comic-wise. We're going to have more book reviews as well. Hellcat is planning on doing horror book reviews because she reads a lot. I don't really read a lot unless they're comics, but this is a very solid outing. For what is my first experience with any of John Carpenter's graphic novel ideas. There's a few others that he has that I want to get into. There's a few Joe Hill ones that I want to get into. Some of these we might do together. Both Hellcat and I have both read Lock and Key. Lock and Key has actually done really well, which is another Joe Hill story. We would cover Nailbiter, but the second volume of Nailbiter is pretty much impossible to find, and where you do find it, they're wanting hundreds of dollars for it, and we're never going to be able to afford something like that, so that's never going to happen. But yes, definitely check this out if you have the spare money to do so and the chance. I think I bought this for like $30. I know I got the other one for about $30 as well. And I'm super excited to check this out, or check out other things. If you have not read it, or if you do not have it, like I said, I definitely advise going out and picking up Tales for a Halloween Night from John Carpenter, Volume 1. This came out October 31st of 2015. Every year on October 31st is when a new one of these drops. But alright guys, that is going to do it for this review. I would give this 3 out of 5. It's a good start. Definitely can be better. And I'm excited to read more or further into the series. So 3 out of 5 stars. Definitely check it out. Worth reading for sure. And with that being said, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.